this is a video for people that are on Clic 10. Okay, so you're in the right place if you're on a Clic 10. Right, when you're on a Clic 10, they're going to give you something like this. What's 6 add 5 equals? 6 add 5 equals 11. But just joking, Clic 10s, they're never going to give you something that simple. They're going to start to build it up. What's 60 add 50? Well, I've just made it 10 times bigger, so I'm going to make the answer 10 times bigger. But they're even going to make it 100 times bigger. So 600 add 500 is 1,100. And they're going to make it even bigger than that because you're on Clic 10 and because they're being quite cruel. So 6 becomes 6,000. 5 becomes 5,000. So your answer's got to be thousands too. So, because that number's so big, what we're starting to do is use commas. So it's 1, 2, 3, and put your comma there. So 6,000 add 5,000 equals 11,000. Okay, so we'll build it up again. Let's have a look at this one. Let's go for 7 add 4. Well, I know that 7 add 4 is 11. So 70 add 40 would be 110. 700 add 400 would be that 1,100, and 7,000 add 4,000 would be, oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3, comma, what's that say? 11,000. Right, I'm going to stop muttering now and let you have a go. So what was 8 add 5 equal? I know, 13. So what would 8t add 50 be? Yep. What would 800 add 500 be? Yep, you've got it. And then finally, what would that be? Yep. So the answer is 13,000. Okay. Right. Let's go for the big numbers first. So this time I'm going to go for, what would 5,000 add 7,000 be? So 5,000 add 7,000. Let's see it as 5 add 7. 5 add 7 is 12. And then make it 1,000 times bigger. So 12 made 1,000 times bigger would be that. And we've got to put a comma in because it's getting really big. 1, 2, 3. Because it's becoming an eyeful, that would be 12,000. Okay, so that's the strategy for adding big numbers. Just pretend they're smaller numbers and then make sure they are 1,000, 100 or 10 times bigger. Okay. Right, on Clic 10, you've got doubles and halves. When we come to double things, we partition it. So we're going to double, let's say we're going to double 28. So we take 28 and we partition it. We say that the 8 is an 8. That looks like a 2, but really we know because it's a 10, it's 20. It's 2 10s or 20. When we're doubling, we add it to itself. So what's 8 added to itself? 8 doubled added to itself is 16. Oops, can't see, sorry. 8 added to itself is 16. And what do we do when we double 20? Double 20 is 40. Then we've got to add them together. So you see the 40. What's 40 add that 10 there? 40 add that 10 is 50. And don't forget the 6. So it's 50 add the 6 is 56. Okay, so that's our strategy for doubling. Let's have a go at one more. This time let's go for 37. Our first step is to partition. Now we're doubling, aren't we? So we've got 7 there. That looks like a 3, but it's not a 3 really. It's a 30, and we're doubling. So what's double 7? Double 7 is 14. And what's double 30? Double 30 is 60. So you see the 60. What's 60 add that 10? 60 add that 10 would be 70. But don't forget, you've still got to add the 4. So it would be 74. Okay, that's our strategy for doubling. Have a go at this one on your own. So I'd like you to double. Have a go at doubling. We'll go for 36. Have a go at doubling 36. Pause the video and shout out the answer. Okay. Same strategy sort of for halving. So we need to find half of a number like 86. So we partition it. We know that the 6 is a 6 and the 8 looks like an 8, but it's not, is it? It's an 80. And when we halve things, we've got to chop them into 2 equal parts. So let's say 6. What's 6 chopped into 2 equal parts? 6 chopped into 2 equal parts is 3. And then 80. What's 80 chopped into 2 equal parts? 80 chopped is 40. Well done. So 40 is half of 80 and 3 is half of 6. We've got to add them together. So what's 40? Add 3. Bingo, 43. So half of 86 is 43. Okay. Have a go. This one on your own now. So I want you to halve. We'll go for 68. Don't forget to partition it. Okay, off you go. Pause the video and then shout out the answer. Right, guys. Another thing that's a bit tricky on Clic 10 is friends to 100. And they'll give you something like this. They'll give you something like 100 take away something, I don't know, equals 29. And when you see this sort of calculation, you can tell it's a friends to 100 because it's got 100 in it. So 100, which strategy do we use for friends to 100? Do you remember? It's the sword strategy, isn't it? It's the sword strategy. So here we go. Which number are we going to put in our sword? That's right, it's going to be the 29. So we put 29 up there and we ask ourselves, what number goes with 9 to make 10? What goes with 9 ones to make 10 ones? And the answer, what goes with 9 to make 10? It's 1. Okay, and on this side, to find our friends to 100, we ask ourselves, what goes with 2 10s to make 9 10s? So what goes with 2 10s to make 9 10s? What goes with 2 to make 9? 7. Because 2 and 7 make 9. So when you put 29 and 71 together, you get 100. Okay, so we've got 100. We've got a 29, which is there. So it must be this one. It must be 71. The 71 must go there. Okay, so we're using the sword method to find the friends to 100. Now sometimes they don't give it you like that. Sometimes they don't give you 100 take away. They give you 71 add something equals 100. But there you go, you got a sort of a smell of it. It's a friends to 100 again. So that would be the same style question, but just this time adding rather than taking away. Right, well you do one on your own now. Okay, so if I said to you something add 27 equals 100, I'd like you to draw your sword. Which number are you going to choose? Can't be that one because I don't know. We know it's got to equal 100, so it can't be that one. So it must be that one. you put your 27 in. Okay, so you have a go this time. What goes with 7 to make 10? Write it down. And what goes with 2 10s to make, it's not 10 is it, beside it's 9. What goes with 2 10s to make 9 10s? Have a go, what do you think? Have you got the answer? Well, I think it's going to have to be 3 to make 10, and 9, 2 and, oh hang on, 2 and 9 don't make 9. It's got to be 2 and 7. So the answer is 73. So we know that 27 is that number. The whole, when you add them together, is that number. So this one must be, which number's missing? So it's 73. Okay, so we've just revised friends to 100 using the sword method. Okay, right guys, have a go at your Clic 10, and if you can, post it to me.